Level 1, Beer League Hockey. This is where most people who love hockey actually play. These are the weekend warriors hitting the ice after work, usually guys in their 30s and 40s who still dream about making the show. These players show up with gear that's seen better days, skating on wobbly ankles while trying to remember plays from their high school days. Their hockey life revolves around Thursday night games at 11 p.m., all while juggling real jobs like accounting, construction, or selling insurance. Their shot accuracy hovers around hitting the broadside of a barn, and they can barely do a proper hockey stop without grabbing the boards. Most of these guys played some level of organized hockey growing up, but now their biggest concern is not throwing out their back during warm-ups. Beer League is everywhere. Every rink in North America has at least 3 different divisions running multiple nights a week. Ages range from 25-year-old former college players trying to stay in shape to 55-year-old guys who refuse to admit their knees are shot. And what makes this level special is pure love for the game, even when you're getting schooled by some 19-year-old kid whose dad pays for ice time. Here's the brutal truth though. These players think they could still compete at higher levels, but most couldn't survive 5 minutes in a real junior game. The gap between beer league and even high school hockey is like comparing a Toyota Camry to a Formula One car. But hey, they're living their hockey dreams and having a blast doing it, even if those dreams involve more Advil than highlight reels. Anyways, some players want way more than Thursday night glory. That's where junior hockey comes in. Level 2, Junior Hockey. This is where hockey gets serious real fast. We're talking about 16 to 20-year-olds who've basically given up normal teenage life to chase their NHL dreams. These players live in billet families, which means staying with random host families who get paid to house them. They're going to school during the day, then hitting practice for 3 hours, all while traveling across Canada on buses that smell like equipment bags and broken dreams. Their skating is lightning fast compared to beer leaguers, and they can actually make plays at full speed without falling over. Most of these guys can fire the puck over 90 miles per hour and make passes that would blow your mind. Training happens 6 days a week, including dry land workouts that would destroy the average person. Getting to junior hockey means you dominated minor hockey in your area, then survived multiple tryout camps where hundreds of kids get cut. The competition is insane. For every player who makes a CHL team, there are probably 50 kids who get sent home crying. Connor McDavid tore up the OHL with the Erie Otters, putting up video game numbers as a teenager. Sidney Crosby dominated the QMJHL with Rimouski, scoring over 160 points in his draft year. But here's the reality check. Only about 5% of junior players ever make it to the NHL, and most of those guys barely stick around. Today's junior hockey is faster and more skilled than ever. These kids are training year-round with professional coaches, nutritionists, and skills coaches. The level is so high that some junior games look better than minor league professional hockey. This level matters because it's where NHL scouts spend most of their time, and if you can't dominate here, you're probably not making the show. Anyways, not everyone wants to live in a billet family and ride buses across Canada. That's where college hockey offers a completely different path. Level 3, College Hockey. This is the smart player's route to the NHL. These guys get to be elite athletes while actually getting a real education that doesn't involve living with strangers. These players are balancing 18 credit hours of actual college classes with hockey that's just as demanding as junior. They're living in dorms, going to parties on weekends, and dating college girls, while also training like professional athletes. Their skill development happens slower than junior players because they practice less, but they get 4 full years to develop instead of aging out at 20. The advantage is they're playing against grown men by their senior year, guys who are 22 and 23 with full beards and mortgages. Johnny Gaudreau lit up Boston College before becoming an NHL star with Calgary and Columbus. Cale Makar dominated UMass before winning the Norris Trophy with Colorado. And Jack Hughes went straight from the University of Michigan to being a superstar with New Jersey. But here's the thing, college hockey is getting more competitive every year, and most of these guys still never sniff the NHL. Compared to junior hockey, college is way more well-rounded, but probably less pure hockey development. Junior players get to focus only on hockey for 4 years, while college guys have to write essays about Shakespeare between practice and games. The upside is college players usually enter the NHL more mature and ready for the professional lifestyle. The downside is they might be a step behind in pure hockey skills. Anyways, whether you went junior or college, the next step is the same, getting paid to play hockey even if that paycheck barely covers rent. Level 4, Minor League Professional. Congratulations, you're officially a professional hockey player getting paid to play the sport you love, but that paycheck is probably smaller than what your buddy makes managing a Subway. Life as a minor league pro means making around $50,000 to $70,000 a year if you're lucky, living in cheap apartments with 3 roommates and eating a lot of pasta and peanut butter sandwiches. You're expected to perform like a professional athlete, while also probably working summer jobs, selling cars, or coaching kids' camps to pay the bills. Their skill level is absolutely insane compared to college or junior players. These guys can make plays at full speed that would make your head spin. They're fighting every single day to get that phone call from the NHL, knowing that one bad week could mean getting released and finding a real job. The AHL is basically the NHL's farm system, where teams develop their prospects and store their extra players. When an NHL player gets injured, they call up an AHL guy to fill the spot. Getting noticed means putting up big numbers, playing smart defensive hockey, and hoping the right person sees you on the right night. Sometimes it's about politics and who likes you in the organization. Zach Hyman spent years grinding in the AHL before becoming a key player for the Oilers. Cal Clutterbuck bounced between the AHL and NHL for seasons before carving out a solid career. But here's the brutal truth. Most minor league players never get that call up, and the ones who do often get sent back down after a few games. Anyways, making the AHL is impressive, but actually sticking in the NHL is a completely different beast that requires some serious luck. By the way, if you want to see more hockey content like this, make sure to subscribe. I'm posting new videos all the time. Thanks. Level 5, NHL Fourth Liners. Holy crap, you made it to the NHL, the best hockey league in the world, but you're playing about 8 minutes a night, and one bad shift could send you back to the minors. These players get maybe 8 to 12 minutes of ice time per game, usually doing the dirty work like hitting, fighting, and killing penalties. Their job is to bring energy, protect star players, and not screw up when they're on the ice, while constantly looking over their shoulder because younger, cheaper players are always trying to take their spot. Their skills are still incredible. Any NHL player would absolutely destroy beer league hockey, but they're usually missing that extra gear that separates stars from role players. They bring toughness, leadership, and the ability to play any situation the coach needs. Reeves Ryan has made millions playing this exact role for multiple teams, dropping gloves and bringing energy for over a decade. Tanner Jeannot went from undrafted to a valuable fourth liner by hitting everything that moves. But here's the reality. These guys make league minimum around $750,000, which sounds like a lot until you realize superstars make 15 times that amount. One injury or bad stretch and they're claiming waivers or heading overseas. The pressure is insane because there are hundreds of AHL players who would kill for their spot. They know they're one coach's decision away from their NHL dream being over, so every shift matters, like their career depends on it. Anyways, being an NHL fourth liner is amazing, but actually getting regular minutes and contributing offense is where things get really interesting. Level 6, NHL Regular Players. These are the guys who actually play real minutes and contribute every single night. They're the backbone of every NHL team and get the respect that comes with being a legit NHL contributor. These players get 15 to 18 minutes of ice time per game and are expected to produce offense, play solid defense, and be reliable in all situations. They're the guys coaches trust in key moments while carrying the pressure of being counted on for points and two-way play every night. Their abilities are scary good. They can make plays at NHL speed that look effortless, score 15 to 25 goals a season, and play in any situation the team needs. They're the difference between making the playoffs and missing them, providing consistent production that keeps teams competitive. Brandon Saad has been this exact player his entire career, scoring 20 goals a season while playing solid two-way hockey for multiple teams. Tyler Bertuzzi represents this level perfectly, bringing skill and grit while putting up 25 to 30 goals when healthy. And guys like Brock Nelson show how valuable this level is, being the steady second-line center that championship teams absolutely need. What separates them from fourth liners is obvious. They can actually create offense and play big minutes without hurting the team. What keeps them from star level is usually one missing piece like elite speed, a killer shot, or that extra hockey IQ that makes plays look easy. Teams need these players desperately because stars can't play 30 minutes a night, and having 4 solid lines is what wins Stanley Cups. Anyways, being a solid NHL regular is incredible, but the Stars, those guys are on a completely different planet. Level 7, NHL Stars. These are the players you buy tickets to see, the guys who can single-handedly take over games and make highlight reels look routine. These players get 20 to 25 minutes of ice time and are expected to be game changers every single night. They face elite competition, get the other team's best defenders, and deal with the pressure of an entire franchise depending on their production, while delivering clutch goals and jaw-dropping plays when it matters most. Their skills compared to regular players are like comparing a Ferrari to a Honda Civic. They see plays developing before they happen, have shots that goalies barely see coming, and make space where none exists. They impact not just games, but entire franchises, selling jerseys and putting fans in seats. Mitch Marner has been this level of player for years, putting up 90 to 100 points while being Toronto's most clutch performer. Elias Pettersson shows what elite skill looks like, making impossible plays seem easy for Vancouver. And Leon Draisaitl proves this level's value, being a legitimate MVP candidate who can carry an entire team on his back, but there's still something that separates them from the absolute best. The lifestyle is insane. These guys make $8 to $12 million a year, get recognized everywhere they go, and deal with constant media attention and fan expectations. The pressure is massive because entire cities expect them to deliver championships, and one bad playoff series can define their legacy for years. Anyways, NHL Stars are absolutely incredible, but there's one level above them that's just completely out of this world. Level 8, NHL Superstars. This is the absolute peak of hockey, the rarest level in all of sports. We're talking about maybe 10 to 15 players in the entire history of the NHL who've reached this god-tier status. What makes them generational talents is they don't just dominate hockey, they rewrite what's possible on ice. They become cultural icons who transcend the sport while breaking records that seem completely untouchable and changing how the game is played forever. Their skills are so far beyond everyone else that it looks like they're playing a different sport entirely. They see the ice in slow motion, make plays that defy physics, and perform magic tricks with a puck that leave fans speechless. They create legacies that get passed down through generations and become the measuring stick for greatness in hockey. Connor McDavid just became the 6th player ever to hit 150 points in a season, doing things with speed that shouldn't be humanly possible. Wayne Gretzky owns basically every offensive record that matters, including the untouchable 2,857 career points that's more than some players' entire teams score in a season. And Sidney Crosby has been the best player on the planet for over 15 years, winning everything possible while playing through injuries that would end normal careers. But even reaching this level requires a combination of factors that's basically impossible to replicate. These guys become bigger than hockey itself. Kids around the world start playing because of them, entire countries rally around them during Olympics, and their jersey sales fund entire franchises. Gretzky's records are so insane that they'll probably never be broken. His assist total alone would rank him second all-time in points. McDavid is changing how fast hockey can be played, making other NHL players look slow. They don't just play hockey, they become hockey history. Here's the final reality. Reaching this level requires perfect genetics, incredible work ethic, elite hockey IQ, the right development, avoiding major injuries, and pure luck with timing. You need to be born with fast twitch muscle fibers that can't be taught, combined with a brain that processes the game faster than everyone else, plus the mental toughness to handle pressure that would crush normal people. Maybe 1 in every 50 million people has the physical tools, and maybe 1 in a billion has everything else needed on top of that. When you watch McDavid or remember Gretzky, you're literally watching genetic freaks who represent the absolute peak of human hockey ability. If this helped you understand hockey better, smash that subscribe button. I've got more hockey breakdowns coming your way. Thanks for watching.